first of all, I hate to be a broken record, but the job of the chairman is not to set the ideology or the platform of the Libertarian Party. Your job as delegates to set the platform. My job as chairman is to fight for every one of you, to defend the platform, to fight for whatever that platform is, and in my case, to do it on national TV, on national radio, on radio stations all over the United States, to build a social networking website. My job is to fight for you, not to develop policy. If you want my belief on immigration, I'm glad to give it to you. I believe that we can have open borders when the day comes that we can stop the welfare state. But until that day comes, until we can stop the welfare state, it would be insanity to support open borders, because right now open borders are leading to a non-libertarian society filled with welfare and food stamps. And just so you're aware of the polls, 70% of the American public supports my view. Until the day... So once again, I'll reiterate, not the job of the chairman. I'll defend anything that's in our platform that gets you the attention, the leads, and the money the Libertarian Party needs. Thank you.
I'm running for chair. I'm running to defend the platform. You folks right. That's tomorrow morning. And if you want a clear, unambiguous, open borders statement in the platform, if you want that to defend it, please give it to me. And if you want something else, give me that. That's up to you. Number two, there's that wonderful poll. 70 or 90% of Americans support immigration reform. Yeah, that's true, except the question doesn't ask you which reform you want. Everyone who wants a 20-mile-high brick wall around America, that's immigration reform. Every libertarian in this room who wants complete open borders, that's immigration reform too. My message is, we're a country of immigrants. Everyone came here sometime, your ancestors, from a foreign land. Some of you are landing or sneaking across as we speak. Some of you crossed the Asian land bridge 20,000 years ago. You're all Americans. We should welcome all of you. And we should be delighted to welcome everyone who wants to show up, obey the law, do the right things. Yeah, if Canada declares war on us and the Canadian Army shows up at the border, I do support telling them, no, you're not welcome to wage war on America.
But since we have a minute, I'm going to give you the long and short of it. I have to say, I don't really care if you guys voted for strict borders or not, because that wouldn't be libertarian to me, so I wouldn't be able to speak to that. But right now, I can speak to the entire platform, because I like the entire platform that we have. Now, the solution to immigration reform is to end the drug war, end entitlements, and make it simpler to come into this country.
Immigrants always have been and always will be the strength and the backbone of this nation. We should be welcoming immigrants to the United States with open arms. And we should point out that all of the problems that are associated with so-called illegal immigration are brought to us by our government. We used to have a guest worker program called the Becerra program. Primarily Mexican-American farmers, primarily just the males, would come up during the harvest season. They would be sponsored by farmers, they would work the harvest season, and they would go home at the end of the season. That meant that they were legal. They couldn't be victimized by unscrupulous farmers or unions or anybody else who was taking advantage of them. Their children and their families typically stayed home, so we didn't have to provide free medical care, free housing, free education. All those problems were created by our government putting these roadblocks to people coming up here and doing seasonal jobs and then going back home. This is another case where the government has created a problem and now wants to provide another solution. Einstein once said, the thinking that led to the problem is insufficient for creating the solution.
Oh, I'm on the front line with this one. Lady Liberty, that tablet that she's holding is a Declaration of Independence. It's not a welfare rule. And I don't care if you're from Montana or Sonora, you know, I don't want you to have access to my money. But that's not what this immigration bill is about. If you have applied for a hunting license, fishing license, Department of Motor Vehicles, concealed carry permit, this bill allows all of that data to go to Homeland Security. What do you think they're going to be, when they're checking for your papers, please, what do you think that's going to be, what's that going to be compared to? What list, where is that coming from? And if they got to do it with someone that, hey man, you're driving around while Brown get on the ground, okay? They're going to be asking me too. And if not now, soon. We have checkpoints in Arizona. We challenge all this stuff. We are on it every day. And when I get back, we already have all kinds of stuff. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Yeah, it's going to go national. Let me tell you what this is all about. It is about national ID. This is not about things kind of overdone or something, you know, but we got stormtroopers with Star Wars. They make good sense, okay? Welcome to Arizona. Papers, please.
Okay, we're going to test our candidates' government schooling and change to a different order. Starting in the middle with Mr. Myers, Phillies, Root, and Hancock, Hinkle. The question is, if you were to be elected chair, tell us how you would spend your day. What is the role of the chair every day?
The first things that I would do if I was elected chair was start going through our rules and determining where we don't have representatives and where we can get representatives put. And if we have state affiliates that are qualified to actually help those guys to get put up in that state. If we don't, then we work on the states. I look at this as a master plan of setting up a web across the United States. That's really the bottom line. I mean, I know I'm going to sound like a broken record when you listen to me talk, but I'm that serious about how important it is that be our focus. Our focus is to get spread out across the United States so we can start helping people and start getting more people involved. If all of a sudden we just boom money, if all this money, and perhaps all this money comes in, and whoever's in charge of it decides that they just want to use that money for a 2012 presidential election, then we all get milked for that money, and then it goes to that purpose. Yet we don't use it for its real purpose, which should be growing this party as a whole, regardless of who's in charge of it.